Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 43 of this Let's Multiplayer Europa Universalis 4, The Clash of the Titans. I am joined here by Spain,
Hello.
played by Izual, and Britain,
Hello.
played by Bussie, and I myself am playing as France. So what did you guys get up to in the last episode?
I just pieced out Poland.
Yeah, so
I
you
took
did.
a chunk
That's
of
this
land.
episode, though.
Oh yeah. Well, I started the war last time. It took about a year, so it's a pretty quick one. And been consolidating a lot. My army isn't really up to spec, so trying to get that working again.
Hey, Izual, did you hear that?
Yours isn't either, Mordred.
Well, you two haven't fought each other yet. You should.
And I just got my tech 23.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I
I
had to
lacked
spend
a
a bunch
bit.
of military to stop myself going to 24. So it would have been nice for the extra military tactics and the level 8 fort. How about you, Igel?
So I have taken a couple of provinces off of Lorraine by threatening war. I don't know if anyone noticed that. Just really consolidating. Started a new war. I am attacking Tupiniquinum. So not going to last very long.
No. Where are they?
One province minor in Brazil.
Ah, them. Gotcha. I was wondering where they were.
Yeah.
Picking on the little guys.
Of course he is.
Yes. Works
See-
for Mordred, it'll work for me.
See, Igel, as the Bussie, as the champion of the little guys, I think you should be sticking up for them. No,
Thank you.
wimp. As for me, fought off a bit of a rebel uprising in Nigeria, French Niger, mostly because I miscalculated and went over the 100% overextension, but that is now back in order, and yeah, just letting things rebuild. So fascinating stuff, really.
Yeah, it all went a bit quiet towards the end of the last episode, didn't it?
Yeah, I was kind of focusing on other things, but I can now like pull back a bit from that. And then it promptly goes silent again.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do now. A couple of things I can do, not sure what I want to do.
Fair enough.
Although I am just about to become entirely religious united. Religious.
Oh.
Is that even what you say? I don't know.
I guess so.
Entirely Catholics, what you mean.
Yes.
Very good. You have
One
religious
province
ideas,
left.
don't you?
No, I have
Oh.
humanist.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was tempted to take religious ideas. I might need them because taking over so much of Africa.
I prefer humanist to religious.
Any reason?
I think the 25% religious unity bump is very powerful, especially with corruption. But also the national unrest reduction, the years of separatism is excellent. "10 years less separatism is very, very powerful, as is the 50% cultural threshold.
I didn't even realise you had the idea cost thing. That's quite nice too.
Yep. That there, tolerance of heretics, tolerance of heathens. Basically, just we love everybody.
Oh, Saxony, stop it!
Another war.
Another war.
Only Poland, though.
Yeah, I know.
Poland is gone.
I'm going to give them my support from a distance.
Give them mercenaries.
I could do. Mostly just going to sit back and go, yep, good one, Saxony. You can do this. I have faith in you.
any faith in their own armies if they need to call in allies against a 4-province minor.
Yeah, I think they just like knowing that Big Brother Blue Blob is there.
Try wolf too many times and maybe
There's
they won't be.
there's 80,000 Saxony troops just marching on the 6,000 man Polish army.
And they still need your help.
Apparently.
I am no longer afraid of your allies.
Well, you should be. Saxony are huge. And they're about to get bigger.
Yes, they are quite big.
I wonder if Saxony are trying to form Germany or something.
Could be. They'll need to fight Bussie to do it, though.
That can be arranged.
They'll need Danzig.
Yeah, they would. Danzig or war. Been playing far too much Hearts of Iron recently.
Is it any good?
It is amazing. It is really, really good. Full.
I always struggled with Hearts of Iron. I found it very difficult to get into.
Well, that was the problem with 3, and 4 has basically overcome that. They've simplified a lot of the interface without simplifying the game. And that was always the problem. Like, it was just so unbelievably in depth. Like, you had to worry about your division organization, your I'm trying to remember all the different levels. So you had like 4 levels of military grouping. It was individual units, then
Divisions, regiments, and corps. Things like that.
corps, armies, army groups, theatres. There are actually 5 levels.
Wow.
And you had to like assign leaders to each level. You had to organize where they were in each grouping, and that was really where the complications arose. But now you just have 2 levels. It's your army and then the theatre, and the theatre doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of there for organization purposes, so you can see where your armies are. You have 2 levels of army, so you have generals who can have up to 24 units, and then field marshals have no limit, and different skill groups for each one. So generals with their small armies are really good for leading tanks, for example, because they can get tank bonuses. While field marshals are basically there to cover an entire border, essentially. And yeah, it's just much simplified. And then production also, they've trade is a good example for how they've done that. Excuse me. So instead of literally trading stuff for money, which you then use to buy resources, you buy resources and you exchange factories for them. So you're basically saying, I'm going to give you the production that these factories would have produced, but instead I'm just going to give you the factories.
Okay.
And I got another 11 favors from Saxony for just cheering them on. And the AI it's all right. It still needs a bit of work, but it's competent. The only thing you need to think about is to keep your front lines fairly small. So you probably want 4 or 5 front lines if you are, say, facing Poland as Germany or as Russia. And that way, I mean, it also makes the armies a little easier to manage because you're not dealing with 50, 60 units in one army. Instead, it's just the 24 max. And factory production is also very simple. You just set the production, you set the number of factories you want to be producing that, and then over time, efficiency will ramp up, and they can build that item. And the longer that they build that item, the more efficient they get at it. So if you're building tanks and you want to switch to a new tank model, you can either build lots and lots of the tank you're currently producing or lose a bit of efficiency to get the more modern model.
Okay, so an exciting and interesting game then.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, Hearts of Iron 3 put me off, I'm afraid.
I'm not surprised. Hearts of Iron.
I'll look into it again.
Yeah, Hearts of Iron was overcomplicated. Once you understood it, it was excellent. But the barrier for entry was humongous. I had to watch like 3 Let's Plays before I even wanted to try and attempt it. And once I did, I kind of understood enough. I know a fair amount of military history, and that helps. But Hearts of Iron 4 much more approachable.
Cool.
What am I researching? I'm doing that.
Yeah, I'm quite interested in the game as well. Just by watching Let's Plays.
Yeah,
Pretty
you
good.
mentioned.
Yeah. And of course, I'll try to get the Netherlands. Probably not a good idea to start with the Netherlands.
No. I mean, I honestly think that the best one to start with is Italy. Because you're important to the war effort, but you're not vital. So if you do screw something up, it doesn't matter that much.
My estates are a total mess.
That's a point. I haven't looked at that myself either. There's a couple of gaps.
It's a little bit quiet at the minute, so I thought I'd have a look. Trouble is, I try and keep the estates to the minimum amount possible.
I usually keep them to the maximum amount, but I think I'm going to cut back a bit.
I just think the influence they exert is far too high.
Yes, I agree. And that means that you can't really use the interactions at all.
Yeah, so I use the interactions all the time, because I just have the 15% minimum there.
I'm coming around to that way of thinking. I like how they can kind of min-max your provinces, but I also like the interactions.
I think especially the ministers can be very, very powerful.
Yes. Yeah.
For example, I'm currently using both of them.
I usually don't take the ministers or the inquisitors or...
I also like going for the bourgeois contributions and drafting ships of war. 5 free heavies is amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And I usually have too much influence, or they have too much influence for me to actually get the ministers.
Yep.
Yeah, so my influence is always around about 50% on all of them, and the loyalty about the same.
My burgers are usually way too influential. Happens when you do a trading game.
Yes, it does. I could actually make that interior. Interesting thought. I was thinking of making the interior of Africa into a state, because I have loads of free state slots to use.
Yeah, I've just worked around mine and added everything that's got a positive benefit over a cost. Unfortunately, the shelf requirement for admin points is huge.
Yeah, it is.
And one of the things that I really don't like about the state system.
Yeah, it's not like there's enough things to spend admin on already.
Yeah. I'm not sure it changes the number of admin points you need to spend. So if you, in the
No, it
time
doesn't.
before states, you'd have had to spend them anyway. But the fact that it stores up that cost and then chucks them all in at the same time is really, really painful.
Right. I have money again. I have to say, I'm absolutely loving the treasure fleets in this.
Have you never played with treasure fleets before?
Nope. Never had gold regions.
They're quite good. I'm not sure they're that powerful.
Well, they are very powerful for me at the moment, although they are blitzing my inflation
How many do you get and how frequently?
quite frequently, because both Antilles and Mexico send them, and maybe even Colombia. And the Mexican ones are worth 200 a pop.
You can see on the subjects tab.
Yes, you're right, I can. Oh no, it's just Mexico and Colombia. Colombia sends 100, Mexico sends 2.
It means they have 2 provinces.
Yep. Which is nice.
Yeah, I get 1 of 100, but it only comes every 3 or 4 years. And far more than that.
Plus I'm making a bunch out of tariffs. It's now up to 48.99.
Nice.
Yeah.
Minus 23, 24 now.
Yeah, my colonies are absolutely flying. And this makes me very happy. What colonies do I have at the moment? One there, one there, one there, one there. Okay. Shall we go back up to speed 3?
Yep, let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
Things were getting a bit slow.
I thought we had done already.
Yeah, apparently not. Sure, why not? And I think time for more development. That'll do. New colony, marvelous. I think Colombia is colonizing, and Mexico certainly is. I approve.
Yeah, the Antilles are as well.
Yes. Oh, it was the Antilles, sorry, not Colombia that I saw. Although I know that Colombia have been too. And I have once again got money to spend. Yay.
There's no way I can attack Sweden.
No? Why?
Yes, there is, but not not one where I will live. Yeah, I could attack you. That's true.
Attack Riga.
Yeah, it cost me 2 stability then. It's a possibility, but I'm not swimming in monarch points now, so I'm not taking that risk.
Saxony is at war again. They didn't call me this time. Not against Moldavia. Moldavia, Bosnia, and Lithuania. What? Oh, I know why. Who's this? Malacca.
Surprised Saxony haven't suffered that coalition war yet.
I think they're just too powerful in relation, particularly with their allies.
Yeah. What a shame.
More conversions. Yay. Oh, come on. I was clearly there first. Victory is mine. British Mexico building a supply network.
Good.
Shame on you.
Bye-bye Mamluks.
Yeah.
More gold, more inflation.
And finally, religious unity achieved.
Thought you had it already.
I had one province that hadn't yet converted.
Oh, I see.
I said I was close. It wasn't quite there.
Gotcha.
Crap. My king is 69, my heir is 65.
Oops.
Ouch.
Oh well, chances of having somebody else underneath the heir is probably high.
What was I doing down here? You're there. That. You are over there. That's fine. Austria is really beginning to irritate me a little bit.
Oh, this is interesting. Three-way tie for the current emperorship.
Huh, nice.
Augsburg have the deciding vote if they decide to change.
Not quite there. Why have you got so many? Oh. Oh, Interesting. Spain declared war on Messina.
One province minor.
Moldavia lost to Saxony. "13 colonies are attempting to build a spy network."
Yeah, doing good.
If you say so. Ooh, trade port. Nice. Right, that's that working. Diplomats. I have 3 diplomats.
235 force limit.
Very nice.
I thought so too.
Oh wait, no, don't do that.
So are you finally going to attack France?
It was really tempting for a minute.
Not anymore though.
Well, I checked the declare war screen, and for a minute there, every single one of my allies wouldn't join except for the Ottomans, and the Ottomans wouldn't join France either because they were too much in debt. Couple that with the fact that you had no manpower, you already had mercenaries, and your army was only 100,000.
Only 100,000.
Mine's 190.
I know, but it's the French army and they tend to be rather good.
That's what stopped me, because my army is not all in Spain, all in the same place.
Well, mine mostly is.
If I'd had all of my army in Spain, I probably would have given it a go.
Well, I must admit I'm rather pleased you didn't. But I do think your opportunity is now lost.
Maybe, maybe not. Your manpower is still rubbish, your army is complete at least.
Yep.
But yes, the Ottomans would come and play now.
And I don't have the massive rebel problems I was having before from the overextension. That was the most worrying thing. I probably could have held the line, but rebels would have been taking the land from behind me.
One of the things that stopped me actually was there was only about 6 points between Saxony joining or not joining.
Ah.
So I could have got to the point, perhaps, where Saxony would like me more than you and then not join.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a 149 relationship with them.
You're not Catholic.
True. But I have a long-standing alliance and our trust is 100.
Yeah, the gap is a bit higher now. It's only 12 or 15 though, it's not huge.
That. For that. Then that. For that. Lovely jubbly.
Civil War.
Civil War.
For who?
Saxony.
Oh.
That was a oh shit, oh.
Not really, because I've just seen what the rebels are and they're pathetic. Saxony is about to squish them already. I was worried it was me and I hadn't noticed the pop-up or something.
User entered your channel.
Hello. Oh, hang on. Let's go into recording. Sorry, we're recording at the moment.
Channel switched.
Now I seem to have lost the others. They'll follow in a minute, I'm sure, if they remember the password. Come on, guys. Hello. Well, I think I'm going to stop this recording here, as it's bang on 30 minutes anyway. So thank you very much for joining. If you're enjoying this series, then please do hit like and subscribe. And if you have any tips or advice for us, then do leave a comment in the section below. So goodbye from Spain. Goodbye. And a goodbye from Great Britain. Goodbye. We'll catch you next time.